picture this. It's late September, early October, just starting to get chilly. The year is 2011. You come home from school and you find a Chasing Fireflies and a Spirit Halloween catalog at your seat at the kitchen table. What joy to be able to flip through those pages all evening, circling the costumes you want and you know your parents will never get you, circling the ones that you think are funny, circling that one Dog Dorothy costume that I think we all had the universal experience of laughing our butts off at. And then Halloween comes and you do have your costume and it's exactly what you wanted, and your elementary school has a Halloween party and you get to walk around the block and parade for everyone. And afterward you get to have popcorn balls and pizza and Oreos in your classroom, and it's just good wholesome fun, right? And that night you know you're going to be able to go trick-or-treating, and oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun. Everyone's going to be out in their costumes, and even though your mom is going to make you wear a hoodie underneath your costume because it's going to be cold and there's a hurricane coming, it's all worth it. Halloween for an elementary schooler, just the icing on the cake. But there's a problem. The costumes in these catalogs, Chasing Fireflies, Spirit Halloween, and so many more, they're not scary enough, like at all. And I can understand someone wanting to dress up as a go-go dancer or, I don't know, Harry Potter. But I can also understand wanting to dress up as a zombie and then you get this. That's not a zombie. In today's video, I'm going to be trying to redesign childhood costumes and make them more scary. And I don't know if it's gonna work, and I don't even know if it's going to be scary. I just think it's gonna turn out more in my style. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the only Halloween video I will be posting this year. Unfortunately, because I just did revamp my channel, I really didn't have time to plan a lot of Halloween stuff. But there's gonna be holiday stuff coming later. I already have a whole bunch of ideas for like Christmas and winter, New Year's themed videos, so expect that. But for Halloween this year, I just figured I'd do this. It's something funny, it's silly, and it was a lot of fun to film. And yeah, so if you want to see me try and redesign these costumes the way I would have designed them if I had been in charge of Spirit Halloween in 2011, keep watching. For look number one, I found this like zombie one, and I'm just gonna come out and say it, it's not scary enough. So we're gonna amp it up a little bit and we're gonna make it a little bit more scary. So obviously I'm gonna start by priming my face. And to do that, I actually want to use like a real primer, so I'm using the Ulta Beauty one. Okay, so next I will be mixing my foundation with some white paint in order to make myself look nice and pale, even though I already am. I do not tan, I just burn. If you met me in real life, I look way paler than I do on camera, which is kind of nice. Like, I look much different on camera. So I'm going to take my palest foundation, which is definitely the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I'm in the shade Porcelain. And then, of course, for paint to mix it with, I'm going to use the iMagic Flash palette. I don't want to be super pale, but I want to look definitely undead, right? That's the whole point. And then I'm going to have to do a little bit, at least on my neck, just to kind of blend it a little bit into my neck color, because now I don't look pale compared with this. It's kind of nice. And I'm wearing like the most raggedy shirt I have, which is like this super old kind of see-through shirt from Aeropostale. Like, remember when they used to have PS Aeropostale, which was like the junior version? That was my favorite store. And I mean, I love Aeropostale. I've had this shirt since like 5th or 6th grade, and now I'm a senior in high school and it still fits, which is kind of sad. Ooh. I do not like blending it on the neck, like right where your jugular is. Oh, it's a horrible feeling. Uncle Fester vibes. That's good because I'm going to cover it with like scars and stuff, so it doesn't have to be super opaque. Now we're going to set, and for that we're going to use my least favorite powder. Well, it's a good powder, I just don't like the way it smells, and that's the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. I know that a lot of people use this incorrectly. It's actually meant as a finishing powder, and that's why it like doesn't really do much for foundation. But it's one of my only translucent powders. It just smells horrible, and like I inhale it every single time. Already it's starting to like, do you see that? It looks like I'm smoking in here. It's so bad. So now we'll contour, and I want to do like a grayish contour. Let's find a good gray eyeshadow. If I were ever to create a makeup palette, I would put a good gray eyeshadow in there because I can never find them. Okay, so I found this. This is a Clinique thing from when I was first starting to like learn how to do makeup when I was in like 5th or 6th grade. And it has eyeshadow and a blush in there. I remember I used this for the high school play. when I was in Hairspray, I was Penny. And I remember using this blue eyeshadow and thinking it was like the coolest thing ever. And this was my first time ever doing makeup by myself, and I thought that the blue was such like a cool color to put on. Like, it made me look so good. If you look at those pictures, questionable. So, okay, so that's doing absolutely nothing. Maybe I need more. Probably need more. The thing is so small that girl, maybe kind of. Oh yeah, you can definitely see a difference. I want to do a real harsh contour because dead people, you know, they be sallow. So I found something in between black and gray, which is like that right there. This is from the 35H Morphe palette. It's called Chillax, which I'm not doing because this is not going well. It has glitter in it, but I really don't think it'll be that. Okay. There's a little trick to make your throat look like more bony, I guess, or just like, I don't know, more sinewy. I just put the eyeshadow, like, I don't know, you can kind of tell, like when you kind of strain forward you could see where it is, but you just pronunciate that instead, so your neck looks more, I don't know, emaciated? That's probably not the right word. I guess we can do brows now. Yeah, I'm gonna do black brows. And a handy little trick I like to do is to use mascara as a brow gel when I'm doing my brows black. I'm just gonna keep going on with the Morphe palette. There's this shade right here, which is called Party On. I know I'm gonna start with this maroon kind of a shade to make myself look like I haven't slept in a long time, which is true. So I'll start like right here where my natural bags already are, and I'm gonna draw some scars on, and I learned how to do this on TikTok. TikTok is very instructional. I'll link whoever the video is by here. I think it's something with a Neptune something. Anyway, she has a really cool video showing how to do fake scars. So I'm gonna do something like this, and I want to do a scar diagonally through my eye here. And I'm making them kind of messy because I want them to look more fresh. It's the NYX Jumbo pencil, I think. And it makes it look raised, like it's 3D, like how a scar is, like it's like a bump. I'm gonna take a little bit of, well, I'll take concealer, and I'll do a nice thick one. I'll use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm in the shade Light Peach. And you have to like cut the scars out. And this is what really makes them pop. And then you just kind of blend them together to make like a lightish pink shade, and it looks like a scar. And I think that's so cool. Alright, this is how we're looking so far. I'm going to shade a little bit more under my eyes because I just don't, something about them is not right to me. Maybe I have to do up here too. Okay, so now this kind of looks like bruises, which I'm kind of down for. Like, I think it looks good. It's like black and blue with like purple in it, which is what a bruise looks like. Thank you for that medical knowledge. Yeah, this is exactly what we needed. I'm a genius. I could add some there. Honestly, I might like put together in the videos that I post where it's like edited to a T, but half the time I have no idea what I'm doing. Like this look, I didn't draw it out. I didn't even watch like a video on how to turn yourself into a zombie. I was just like, we'll wing it. And this is how it turns out half the time, like where I'm kind of like panicking because I don't think it'll turn out well. But normally it does. I've only had like 3 or 4 different failures where looks just don't work. Maybe I'll do a video on that, and maybe I'll try to recreate them, but I never want to go back there. You know what I kind of look like? I look like one of those anatomical drawings where you could see all their veins and stuff. I'm trying to use as much of this blue as possible because it's like the perfect bruise blue color. Another name, or another shade I'm adding to my fictional palette. Bruise blue, and then we need a good gray. I'll never understand people who could do like prosthetics with scar wax. It's so hard, like just to do the little cuts and stuff. Okay, this is also so sticky it's not even funny, so that's why you need the Vaseline, is to counteract the stickiness. So I'm gonna do this little by little because I know that if I do it in one big go, it will not turn out well for me. Grab a little bit of Vaseline on my finger. This is not cooperating at all. That works. I can barely open my mouth, but that works. So now I'm gonna get some paint from this palette from Wet n Wild, this dark bloody colors. It's just one piece. It's just being so dramatic. I'm gonna get some more skin tone paint from this other Wet n Wild palette and start highlighting the outsides. No. Okay, now we're gonna do the fake blood, which is always a fun time. And I'm gonna use a brush to do this because you already know if I don't, it'll just go everywhere and ruin my heirloom shirt from 6th grade. And I need this to pass on to my children. I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. We're starting to go insane. Okay, so that's the first look all completed. I really don't know how I feel about it. I feel like the math came out cool, but I don't know. I feel like it's missing something. I might redo this and just delete the tape. Oops. But yeah, so that's the first look done, and now we'll move on to the next one. So for the second look, I want to actually recreate a costume that I always wanted from the Chasing Fireflies catalog. You might recognize it from your childhood if you grew up in the early 2000s. It's this. It's the Spider Witch. The only reason I liked it was because of the little pet spider. I could care less about the witch part. So I wanted to do a spider look for today, and I'm thinking that I want to do Arachne. Basically, she was a really good weaver, and Athena challenged her to a weaving contest, and when Arachne won, Athena got all mad and turned her into the world's first spider. That's where we get the word arachnid from. But basically, I thought that it would be kind of cool. I always felt kind of bad for Arachne, so I want to give her a little bit of representation. Also, my dog's name is Athena, so I mean, at this very moment, she could be weaving against a spider outside and we would not know. But anyway, let's get started. We got prime first, of course, and for that I'm going to be using the Revolution London Onyx Primer. I'm going to be using some foundation. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation concealer. I love this one. I'm in the shade Ivory. I've done a couple other Greek mythology looks over on my Instagram. I did Artemis and Apollo, and I did a pretty bad Medusa that I kind of want to redo. I was a Percy Jackson kid in middle school. I actually just reread the 10 books, like Percy Jackson and the Olympians and then Heroes of Olympus. Those books will never not be good. Like, they're just so timeless, I feel like. And unlike Harry Potter, the author is not controversial. We love Rick Riordan. He is inclusive, he's diverse, and he's such a good writer. It's not even funny. And if you know me in person, you would know that I'm actually an aspiring writer. That is what I want to do as a career, and he has always been one of my biggest role models. Anyway, I've got the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer here. I'm in the shade Eggshell. And let's just do a little bit of concealing. But anyway, yeah, I was a Percy Jackson kid, so you know I had a superiority complex in 6th grade history when we did Greek mythology, because I already knew all of it. And now whenever I hear somebody talk about one of the Greek gods, I'm like, well, did you read Percy Jackson? Because if you didn't, you're not really an expert, are you? They're just like a professional historian, but they didn't read Percy Jackson. Discredited. Your diploma's taken away. For some reason, my camera is not focusing. And I look so yellow on camera, and I'm not in real life, I promise. I have the Airspun powder. I've mentioned this in several videos, how much I love it. I will mention it again because it is just such a worthwhile powder to get. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have like a little witch hat on the floor over here, and my black cat, Venus, is burrowing in it. I have just kind of a mess over here. Wait, let me show you. Spot the cat. Venus. Hello. I was thinking about doing a Pets Pick My Makeup video. I think that would be super fun. We're in Animal House. We have a dog. Oh, look at my camera refocused. Or did it? Anyway, we have a dog named Athena. As I said earlier, she's a Jack Russell. She's almost a year old next month. And then we have 2 cats. That's Venus. She's 4. And then we have a gray tabby named Luna. I'll put pictures here so you guys can see because they're adorable and I love talking about them any chance I get. Okay, so now this is when we're going to deviate. I'm going to do black eyebrows instead of my normal brown. Gotta get a good black eyeshadow, which I only have a couple of. Again, that's a color that I would totally add if I ever came up with a palette. So I'll use the James palette, and the shade Spooky always comes in clutch for black. I'm so excited to see how many people are going to be Among Us characters this year. I love Among Us. I will admit that I am also addicted to it. I think it's so fun. It's such an original idea because, I don't know, a lot of games are very repetitive. They're all like Candy Crush or kind of like that, what is that awful game that I always get the ads for, or Lily's Garden, where you have to like choose your own adventure, or like Episode. But this is so original. I can see why people jumped onto it so quickly. Although it might be like Pokemon Go, and this will be like the quarantine game, and then next year everyone will be like, remember when we were all playing Among Us? Okay, so now I'm gonna do the eyes, and for that I'm just gonna do a black smoky eye. Now I'm gonna take a nice clean brush and blend it out because we're looking a little patchy. And now we'll cut the crease. I'm going to grab the Patricia Bright Revolution palette. This is the Rich in Color palette. And I'm going to get a little bit of this bright color called Wow. It's spelled differently, so that's why I said it like that. It's a pressed glitter. Oh my goodness, it's so buttery. Eyes are done. I added a little bit of like red accents, and then I did more of the pressed glitter. I like them. I don't think that they're my best work, but you know what? At this point, let's just get on to the next part, which is going to be the contour. I'm going to do another gray contour, which should be fun, especially since the last one went so well. The contour is actually going to be spider webs. Obviously go with the theme. Now I'm going to grab my paint and start on the actual spiderweb part, which who knows how that's going to go. Now I'm just going to add some more spiderwebs under my eyes because I did this little hanging guy here. And yeah, and now I'm just going to do some for my forehead. And that's the second look all complete, and now we'll move on to the third one. Hello, I'm back again. For the third look, this time is actually my real Halloween costume that I'm actually going to like wear on Halloween. And that's a pirate, but I'm gonna make it like more spooky, a little more scary. I'm basing this on Charlotte Roberts' most recent pirate look. She did like a zombie pirate, like that's been like kind of corroded by algae and like in the water and stuff for a long time. So that's my inspo. I think I want to do seashells on my face and like kind of like almost like a drowned victim look kind of a thing. So yeah, so let's get started. As always, I will do my base. I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution foundation. For concealer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. 16-hour camo. For powder, I will use the Maybelline Fit Me loose setting powder. I'm in the shade Fair. Now I'm going to go in with the Essence Spice Up Your Life palette. I'm going to use this shade called Mulled Wine, which is like perfect for my contour and what I want to do with that. So I've just done my brows. I figured you didn't need to watch me do that. And now I'm going to do the eyeshadow, and for that I think I'm going to do just brown, very plain. So I'll use this shade. It's called Coco Loco. All of these are named after spices, hence the name of the palette. I'm going to go into the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, and I'm going to use this mint color. Okay, so I'm going to put on lashes, but while I wait for the lash glue to dry, I'm going to start applying the seashells. So I found a whole bunch that I'm willing to like ruin because I have so many from trips to the beach. This is how I'm going to do the barnacles, or already did it to show more. Put a little bit of the Prozade on. You can also use liquid latex and then some cotton and just kind of pull it off until there's just some wisps left. And then if you're doing like a fake wound, you could keep going, but I'm gonna stop there and just start layering it with green. And that's the third look all complete. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hoped you guys enjoyed it. It was really fun to film, and I hope that it was even more fun for you to watch. If you like this channel, go ahead and click subscribe, hit the bell so that you get notified when I upload a video. I upload every other Friday at The Art Of. All of my social medias are at The Art Of because someone stole at The Art Of, and I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna seek them out. But yeah, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter are all just at The Art Of. And all Halloween looks are done on Instagram, so I'm going to be starting with other fall stuff, and then very soon, Christmas looks and the like. But yeah, if you like this video, comment, "We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto," and I'll know that you watched the whole thing. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.